So now we're going to continue talking about different types of interactivity. Layering is an e-learning term that is not as straightforward to do in a program like PowerPoint, but it is possible to do. It refers to layering your content so that you can take advantage of how you chunk the information, combining like with like on the same slide. Layering helps with the engagement of your audience. It allows you to build an animation sequence with your content. It allows you to avoid having to break similar content up over several slides. It provides better learning opportunities because similar content is all in the same location. On the next couple of slides, I will show you some examples of layering, such as a clickable button to display text, all done using PowerPoint. Also note that I have used this layering technique already in this online course. So this is an example of how you can use clickable buttons to layer your information. When I click on each of these buttons, information will appear over here to the right in the same location each time. So I'm going to click on these buttons now. Okay, so how did I do that? Well, I'm going to show you. So I'm going to exit out of this presentation for a moment. Okay, so here's the back end of this slide. I used the enhancement feature under animations to do this. I'm going to bring up the animation pane so you can see what I did. It takes a bit of thinking to get each part right, but once you have it, it really helps to chunk your content and engage your audience more. So this is the animation tab here, and I'm just going to enable the animation pane so we can see what I did. So I set up 3 triggers here. 1, 2, 3. And when each one is clicked, they turn red. And when each one is clicked, the other previous button turns back to blue. So basically you set up triggers here for turning to red and then others for the same button to turn them back to blue. Then for the text boxes, you have each one appear on top of each other. I have used the fade animations to do this, but you can use whatever you'd like. You then have the text appear with previous. So here are my text boxes, and this is the first trigger, so this is appearing with previous. So it's appearing with the color change on the buttons. Same with these here. And these ones in red are the ones where you have to disappear the other content to make the other one appear on top of it. It can get a bit complicated, so my piece of advice is to do one step at a time and preview it after each step to make sure it is doing what you want. So here's the breakdown. Let's go look at it again in the presentation mode. So when I click button 1, it turns red, and at the same time, example text 1 appears. Then when I click button 2, it turns red, and as it turns red, button 1 turns back to blue, and text 2 appears, and text 1 disappears. When I click button 3, it turns red, and as it turns red, button 2 turns back to blue, and text 3 appears at the same time as text 2 that was here disappears. So on this screen, I'm going to show you how animations in PowerPoint can spruce up your online course and help with layering and engaging your audience as well. So just watch as I click through the slide. First, this Smart Art graphic appears to show a funnel. Then one by one, using animation effects, I show the 3 items. These are the 3 items that go into the funnel. And then I show what the outcome is at the other end of the funnel. After that, maybe I want to show an image of some sort. So here, when I click, you will see an image appear, and the funnel diagram disappears at the same time. So let's back out of the presentation again, and I'll show you how I set this up at the back end. So now looking at the animation pane again over here on the right, you can see that this first set of animations is for the funnel diagram. So number 1 here, these are all the funnel diagram. I set the image of the funnel to fade in. There are 3 components here, so once I click, the other 2 components start with the previous one. So these 2 start with the previous, which is this one. Then there are 3 circles, so that's 2, 3, 4, which I gave a different animation effect to each of them. They only start on click so that I can control when they come on screen. Lastly, in the diagram, the 4th animation is for the text at the bottom, which I have appear on click as well. So this is number 5 here, and that's the text. And then for the image to come on screen for what I want to talk about next, let's assume the diagram of the funnel must disappear when I click next for the image of the laptop to appear and not be behind the SmartArt graphic. So you must set this up so that the funnel diagram disappears when you click for the laptop image to appear. And this is number 6 right here. So the picture appears, and this red star here indicates that the funnel diagram disappears at the same time. So that's about it. It does take some thinking to get everything to happen the way you want. But again, just take it step by step and test as you go.